Hello Indie Game fan, I have a number of awesome pixel art games in this video, so do stick around if you love them like me. But let's begin with Froggo, Swing and Grapple, a cute little precision platformer which seems to be going under the radar. I love the look and music of this trailer, where they nailed the retro vibe, where using the frog's tongue as a grappling hook is not a new idea, but it looks to be well executed and is a great retro throwback. I will not spend too long on Polar Penguin Post, but I do have to give a special mention to this amazing looking inventory management title from a Korean developer. Yes, this is currently in Korean only, so there's no English translation as of yet, but it has a fantastic art style and a curious theme. We are running a logistics company in the mountains, loading the backpacks of your penguins so that they can deliver the goods, where inventory management focused games like this or Backpack Hero are a curiosity in game design, so let's hope we get to play this soon. I came across Orebody Binder's Tale on Twitter, where I quite like the retro look, being a run-and-gun platformer that looks very classically designed. Of course, it does remind me of Mega Man, but looks to be simpler in concept. However, there are multiple weapons and interesting looking levels, where somehow this package on Steam also includes a Sokoban-style block-pushing puzzle game and is supposed to be part of a larger Orebody transmedia narrative universe, so it seems pretty ambitious. I'm not usually a fan of golf games, but mini golf is one exception, since the courses are always a delight, which makes Wonderputt Forever of interest. While at its core, you still play mini golf, the fantastical locations look great and is a visual treat for the eyes, where games like this really are so creative and should be a joy to experience. In addition to the very recent announcement of Broforce Forever, somehow, indie developers are going back to their older games and releasing updates and DLC for them, where I was very surprised to see Little Inferno Ho Ho Holiday, a paid DLC to a 10-year-old game, where developer Tomorrow Corporation is one of the OG indie developers. The original was a puzzle adventure game that had you burning items together in a fireplace to get a new result, where this expansion is more of that, but with a Christmassy theme and a new side story, although I should add that it's not exactly one of my favourite games in the first place. You Suck at Parking was a very interesting release from September this year, where it's an unconventional physics-based puzzle game where you're driving a car, avoiding hazards and making sick jumps, all in a bid to get to and stop nicely within the designated parking space, where Season 2 Inferno just launched. Obviously, this adds a whole bunch of dangerous fire and lava hazards across more than 50 new levels, extending the life of this and making it even better. One of the best modern CRPGs is Solasta, Crown of the Magister, but I'm actually quite amazed how this game managed to stand on its own among games like Baldur's Gate 3 and Pillars of Eternity, where they released a new paid DLC titled Inner Strength. Since this is based on SRD 5.1, D&D fans will be familiar, where it adds 3 new classes in the Warlock, Bard and Monk, 1 new Ancestry, 3 new backgrounds and 17 new feats, allowing you to customize your party even more and makes the core game even better. Alright, we also have the surprise early access release of Gastova, The Witches of Arcana, a pixel art action platformer that looks fantastic, where you play as a witch on a quest to defeat her fellow witches who attended the academy with you in order to become the guardian witch of the land. If you follow me on Twitter, I have just talked about this game there, noting that surprise releasing a game, especially for a smaller indie developer, is never a good idea, but I do think that this is promising and want to do what I can to help. It is a Mega Man-like title since you do get new abilities from defeating the other witches, with just a little bit of backtracking, but it's not a Metroidvania. This early access release does contain 16 fully playable zones, 8 bosses and 18 sub-bosses, so there's plenty of content, and honestly, it might have served them better to package it as a full game and then to release the other additional content as post-launch support, but I don't think that it's selling that well based on Steam reviews, and I always hate to see all that effort go down the drain due to this kind of release, so please check it out and support them if interested. We also have the 1.0 release of another farm roguelike, not the most original of names, but do look past that, where this is a management farming sim with an awesome look. It's an abstracted version of games like Stardew Valley, where you're simply clicking to interact with the game rather than moving a player avatar around, where you're doing all the farm sim stuff to sell for profit and to pay your rent. The developer of this pixel art action roguelite kindly reached out on Twitter with some Steam keys, where one look at Legend of Kendor and it looks up my alley, being an all-action roguelite with, interestingly, no meta progression, so it's another twist on the ever-evolving genre, where you can watch this video for awesome upcoming pixel art titles.